All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come.
The final game of the college football season for a championship. Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Friday. We've made it to the end of the work week. A weird work week it's just been, and we got a lot of program for you today. Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. How you living?
What'd it do?
You know, just
I do know.
Fighting through it, man.
I do know.
Just trying to get to the finish line. Seriously. Notre Dame was down 10-0, 10-3 at the half. And they found their way back. It looked like turnovers were going to cost them. And then big plays. And then a big interception. Drew Aller trying to make something happen. The Penn State quarterback tried to make something happen. Christian Gray dove for the ball, intercepted it for Notre Dame with 42 seconds to go. Actually, with 33 seconds to go at the 42-yard line. And they get a field goal from a kid from Salisbury, Maryland. I know Salisbury, Maryland. It's where the National Sports Media Association used to hold their events. And it's between Winston-Salem, Greensboro area, and Charlotte. Beautiful Salisbury, Maryland. I'm sorry, North Carolina. Salisbury, North Carolina. Love the place. Salisbury, North Carolina. And Notre Dame is on. Surprise, right? You had Penn State, didn't you?
No.
No, you didn't? You had Notre Dame?
I had Notre Dame going to the final since the beginning of this, on this side of the bracket.
So I didn't know that. I thought that they could score enough, and they scored just enough. And it was the big play. It was, to me, the biggest play of the night was when one of the receivers fell down and Jaden Greathouse one of the defenders fell down and Jaden Greathouse got loose on the right side and made a move and went for a 54-yard touchdown. To me, that was the biggest play of the game. That was where all the momentum was with Penn State, and Notre Dame came right back and took advantage of a dude falling down on the turf.
And this is what I've just never bought into. This Notre Dame team wasn't talented enough to compete with Georgia or even Penn State. You know, Penn State's got the athletes. Notre Dame plays a style of football that allows them to compete in these games. Defensively, physical run game, quarterback run, a lot of quarterback power. Riley Leonard is good enough, so it fits their style of play. And once, again, I'll go back to it, when they officially rolled out Carson Beck, so that opens the door for Notre Dame to go to the college football final.
Did I see Carson Beck in the transfer portal yesterday?
Yes, you did.
Really? That's kind of crazy to me, too. The Georgia quarterback. Notre Dame was down 2 offensive linemen. Dudes who had taken like 6 snaps this season, which is insane, and it just shows you the amount of depth guys, the teams at that level have, right? But you got a guy, how do you feel? Go protect Riley Leonard in the national semifinal.
Riley Leonard missed some time there, and
the
fact the backup quarterback was able to get you a field goal right before halftime was huge, and that's why people are screaming that it was a huge missed opportunity for Penn State. But I also didn't think Penn State was some juggernaut this season. These seasons are a lot closer than people want to realize just because it's Notre Dame, and they don't view them as having that level of athlete, and it's their style of play. Now, do I feel the same way when they face Ohio State? No. But
you think Ohio State's just a different level?
I do.
Yeah. I'm not telling you, nobody's giving Texas a chance.
I know
that was. I'm just telling you, the more everybody hands this thing to Ohio State, the more I want to jump on Texas tonight. Honestly, like Texas can ball, dude. I get it. Texas gave up a big lead to Arizona State. Texas beating everybody but Georgia. when Georgia was at full strength. I'm just not ready to count Texas out yet. I agree with you. I think Ohio State's got the best roster. But man, oh man. The fact that you had Steve Angeli, who went 6 for 7 in this game, your backup quarterback, a guy who led you to a Sun Bowl victory last year, a backup who'd played. I agree with you. I thought that drive at the end of the first half to get on the scoreboard was really, really big for them. Really, really big for them. Did last night say more about Notre Dame or Penn State?
Notre Dame.
I agree. Penn State's taking the hits. James Franklin's taking the hits. And can he win the big one? And I get what the numbers are. And we got to fire this dude. Really? I mean, he just got you to the national semifinal. He's 4-20 against top 10 teams with Penn State. I get it. You're not firing that guy, right? You're extending him.
And this changes that even the highest level of pressure, and even the Ryan Day conversation changes. It's
right.
I think it's going to take a while for Ohio State fans to adjust, but losing to Michigan's not a death blow anymore.
So you're passionate. You love your team. Every one of you, I'm going to tell you 95% of you, and you tell me I'm wrong, wanted Ryan Day fired after the Michigan game, right? If he wins the national championship, I think you feel better. If he loses today or loses in the title game, how do you feel then?
Well, then it's easy to look back at a Michigan game
and what?
Start piling on and be like, this is why this guy's no good. He's not going to lead us to the championship.
Kind of like the James Franklin conversation. He only got us to the national semifinal or not national final game. Yeah, it's crazy, man. When you get to that level and the expectation, and let's be honest, there are only 2 coaches, right? 2 coaches in college football right now. 2 active coaches who've won a national title. Is that correct? Kirby Smart and Dabo Swinney? Nobody else has,
so
right?
Wild to think about.
Yeah, I want you to run your mind around that, okay? Of the 135, 136 programs, right? Now that Mac Jones is out, because there were 3. No, there were 3, right? Now that Mac Jones is out, there's 2 active coaches to win a title. And so it kind of leads me to this whole, when a fan base is, well, I mean, he's never going to win the big one. Nobody wins a damn big one. You know how hard it is? It was Saban, it was Dabo, and it was Kirby. That's it. Saban's hanging out with a Duck and Dion, and the other 2 guys got to the playoff this year.
Yeah, now more so than ever, it's the changing of a college football organizational structure.
Huh?
Because a lot of people are still living at that old mindset about, this coach isn't good enough. Well, is your coach good enough? Plus, are you going to handle revenue sharing, which is an entirely different piece than just your NIL collective, which is going to go right into roster construction forever is coaching that team.
Well, therein lies the whole general manager piece. Mike Lombardi going in to North Carolina with Bill Belichick. Now, I get it where you see, all right, well, here the window's finally open. Saban's gone and people can win. I just want you to wrap your, how many coaches in college basketball have won, right? There's probably, I'm going to guess off the top of my head, probably 9 or 10 of them, right? Who won a national championship. I mean, Rick Pitino and Bill Self and obviously Hurley and, I mean, the guy Drew at Baylor won. I mean, I'm going to guess off the top of my head, there's probably 9 or 10. 2 active coaches have won a title. Whoever wins this year is going to be a first-time winner. It is bonkers, and the pressure that's put on them. All right, here's what we got for you. There's a lot of show and a lot of different show today. Coming up at 7:30 this morning. I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but the Duke City Gladiators have new ownership. The indoor football team has been sold, and a couple of local business guys, and you'll know, I know you'll know one of the names, maybe you'll know both, but Mike Beats and Bob Petrie have officially taken ownership of the Gladiators, succeeding Gina Thomas, and she was a longtime owner. Beats and Petrie are now taking over. The team has gone dark. Mike Beats, one of the co-owners of the new co-owners of the Gladiators, going to be with us. That's coming up at 7:30 this morning. 8 o'clock this morning, and it's a big weekend down in Las Cruces because the Aggies have a big one against the Miners. But we're going to meet the new athletic director, or as they say, acting athletic director down there. Dr. Amanda Burge is going to be with us. She took over last week when the high-profile firing of Mario Mocha happened on January 2, when the new president stepped in and made a move. So Dr. Amanda Burge will be with us. That's coming up at 8 o'clock, the new athletic director down at New Mexico State. The Aggies and Miners play in El Paso on Saturday, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And then at 9:30 this morning, JJ, we like to talk to the players. And so I'm looking forward to Jovan Milicevic. Guy who's been playing a big role for Lobo men's basketball.
Very excited for this conversation.
Yeah, Jovan will be with us as Lobos get set to host San Diego State tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock in the pit. So we got a lot to do. If you want to get in now would be a good time. 505-246-0610. Area code 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. And on the X, it's _JJ Buck. You can watch the show. Adrian's in producing over on ProView Networks. You can watch it on Xfinity Channel 26, or just head over to our website, our Facebook page. The OD in the AM. When we get back, NFL news, big news as far as some of the wild card games this weekend. And the Fire's certainly playing a role in the sports world as well. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area.
And the Eagles. JJ, how are we doing that? Where the Packers and the Eagles going to be if you got women's basketball at 1:30? Going to be over on KTBL?
Nope.
All right. I'm just reading the sheet in front of me that must be wrong. So no Packers and Eagles.
We'll join it as soon as we can.
Yep, and then Commanders and Buccaneers after that. Vikings and Rams are going to play 5:30. 6 o'clock will be the game time, 5:30 pregame on Monday. That game has now been moved officially to Glendale, Arizona because of the fires. And, I mean, somebody hit me last night. Like, well, it's such a disadvantage for the Rams. Look, man. Yeah. And there's no choice. That whole damn city's on fire. I talked to my mom last night. She's like, I got papers ready to go. I said, you have a full tank of gas? I got a half tank. Mom, what are we doing? I'm not going to go tonight. I'll go in the morning. Yes, please. Like, literally. Gas up your car, be ready to go. I have there's another fire on the west end of the valley out near Calabasas, West Hills. And I texted one of my dearest, longest friends. And the other day she said, no, we're good. And then last night they got evacuation orders and I guess they're clear now, but I mean, the winds are coming up and dude, they're everywhere. It is freaking hell. I don't know, man. Some of the pictures, people just driving through with fire on both sides of them. And so, yeah, is it about football? Hardly, man. I mean, would I love to see the Rams win? Is it a disadvantage? Yeah. But there's no choice, man. With everything you got going, that you don't need to put resources around security and traffic around a damn football game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just heartbreaking images that are coming out.
And they don't stop. Yeah. They just don't freaking stop. It's just beyond amazing. Meanwhile, I mean, how they're still making traffic stops in LA? I mean, with all the fires going on, they're still pulling people over for DUI? Who knew? Demarcus Robinson, the Rams wide receiver, one count of misdemeanor DUI on Thursday. What are we doing, dude? You got a playoff game getting ready to go. He was arrested on suspicion of DUI. I guess this was back on November 25. How does this just come up now? He was going over 100 miles an hour, JJ, on the 101 North. You know the 101 North. He'll play. I mean, I don't know. I liked the Rams at home. I'm not sure I like the Rams with everything going on. I mean, I don't want to say half. Many of these guys absolutely are affected. Many of them absolutely are affected. You see JJ Redick's home burned, the Lakers coach. You know those stories I've told you about Steve Kerr?
Yes.
Do you remember the high school I told you he played for when he came in for our tournament? Palisades High. He played at Pally. Like that's That's Steve Kerr's hood, right? I mean, you're like, whatever, man. He's rich. Because rich people somehow deserve to have their homes burned down, right? And their lives turned upside down. It's you guys. It's just gut wrenching, sickening. All right, other NFL stuff. Raiders fired Tom Telesco. So 2 days ago, they fired their head coach. They kept their GM. He probably figured he was safe. All right, let me figure out. Nope. They came in 2 days later and said, you know what, Tom? On second thought, you're out too. So they completely cleaned house in Las Vegas. 2 days later, he's the guy who signed Gardner Minshew to a 2-year, $25 million contract. Let me ask you this. I know it didn't work. What was Tom Telesco's options last offseason in regards to a quarterback?
The options were, was the owner willing to give up multiple first-round picks?
To crawl up, right?
To jump ahead of Denver or Minnesota. That would have been the move. You know, we knew the top three quarterbacks. Three quarterbacks going 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
It was the Bears, Commanders, and Patriots. And then after that was open, and you could play the waiting game. But once it got to 8, and they went Michael Penix, and then it was McCarthy and Nix. Part of it, too, could have been they didn't view those guys as worth trading multiple first-round picks. It's easy after the fact to say, oh, what a swing and a miss.
That's right.
It was. But this just goes to show, you know, these franchises that are bad stay bad because they are not able to stick to a plan and build anything.
And so now he's out. So they've got a complete rebuild there. They don't really have a quarterback. The best player, I mean, they got a stud on defense. I don't even know what the direction they go in. And you got a division where, I mean, with all due respect, you got 3 teams who are getting better. Kansas City just continues to get better. They're Kansas City. The Broncos made the playoffs this year. The Chargers made the playoffs this year.
They all have Hall of Fame head coaches.
They all have Hall of Fame head coaches. They all have top-tier quarterbacks. Well, potentially. I mean, 2 of them have top-tier quarterbacks. And one's got a rookie that was way better than anybody thought that rookie would be. Yeah. So they made that move. Elsewhere, as far as injuries are concerned, it looks like Jalen Hurts is going to play. It looks like Jordan Love is going to play. It looks like you're going to have, for the most part, those guys ready to go when we hit the playoffs this weekend. We got London games, the Jets, the Browns, the Jaguars. Host games in London. I don't even know what that means. You're hosting a game in London. Like, okay. And Zay Flowers, the receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, has been ruled out. He will not play against the Steelers. Am I supposed to bet trends on that or bet what my eyes tell me?
Eyes?
Yeah. Not that I would bet that game.
9.5 feels like a lot, but the Steelers' offense has been
brutal,
so bad over the last 5 years.
Yeah. When we sit here on Monday, we're like, okay, what do they do now, right? Where do they go? Justin Fields will be a free agent. They're going to re-sign Russ and look for somebody else. And how much does Russ sign for? He got they stole him. They paid him $1 million this year because the Broncos were paying him all that money. Where do they go? They're in way worse shape than people want to believe. Way worse. All right, when we come back, you got a pro football team here in town. The Duke City Gladiators indoor arena football, and they are under new ownership. We're going to speak with one of the new owners, why they want to get in it, what are they going to do, what are you going to notice that's different, why, what? Let's go find out about the new look Duke City Gladiators. That's coming up next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by Sam.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfasfa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat.
Mike Feets and Bob Petrie have officially taken over. They will go dark or on a hiatus, or pick your term, this next season as they go through a rebrand and go through things. But what does it mean? And what will you notice? Mike Feets is one of the new co-owners of the Duke City Gladiators, and he joins us this morning on the Sports Animal. Good morning, Mike. How you living?
Jeff, doing great, buddy. How are you?
Good. Congratulations on this. I know this is something that you and Bob had worked on for a while, and it's got to be nice to finally get it done. And now you're moving forward, and you get to take this thing over.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. I think Gina did a great job keeping the team afloat for the last several years, and Rio Rancho is what a great venue, but just off the cuff, thought of the Santa Ana Star Arena is that it's far out. But it's trying to get butts and seats there, and I think it's like I said, great venue. But we're gonna explore all the options of where to play and how we bring this team back bigger and stronger and compete for another championship. They won 2 championships in 2018 and 2019. Yeah. So. This is a real team. It's a great team to represent our market.
Why did you and Bob want to do this? I know you're fans and you've been season ticket holders and you've been supporters and you get it. And you guys support so much around this community and you have as business people for so many years. You've been part of what I do. You've been part of so many different things, whether it's global athletics, youth athletics, all around the state. Why was this something that you wanted to jump in and take over?
Well, I think, quite frankly, it was, a little bit on life support, and, it's something that our market needs. And, I think Gina had reached out to a few folks, and, Bob and I talked about it, and it's just, it's something that's important for Albuquerque, something that's important for New Mexico. And, obviously as fans, we're passionate about it. And, I don't know that it was, necessarily the plan until we were like, okay, let's go do this.
Yeah. He's Mike Feets, one of the new co-owners of the Duke City Gladiators, with us on the Sports Animal.
Well, Mike, you mentioned Albuquerque, right? And I know that you said that there's going to be a process, but what kind of a venue does this team need to be able to compete at that level? Because I know everyone just immediately thinks, okay, fairgrounds, but what are some of the steps you're going to be looking at as to where this team is going to play?
Sure. I think first and foremost, Tingley Coliseum, is an older venue. It's obviously centrally located, and people know where it is. There's an RFP that's out right now with the state. I mean, the bottom line is New Mexico and Albuquerque in particular needs a new venue.
Yes.
And hopefully that will happen. And hopefully this is something that, can help to catapult that. There's short term, what are we going to do? And there's, long term, what makes sense and what's the best thing for our community. So, obviously we're hopeful that a new venue is on its way. But if not, we figure it out as we Porqueños do. We find a way. So,
obviously it's a hard place to exist, in this kind of the pro sports landscape, but not having that major backing behind you. But you look at the IFL, and there are franchises that have been around for a long time. Duke City, as you mentioned, it has that bit of a foundation. But in terms of a league overall, kind of what are the expectations? What keeps the IFL moving forward? That it can be a consistent product.
Sure. Well, it's the longest standing arena football league around. There are great markets and great ownership. I'm actually looking forward to going and meeting that ownership group this Sunday in Arizona. But they're phenomenal markets. I mean, when you talk, and most of the markets are NFL markets. And it's a great product, a great sport. Quite frankly, it's probably the most fun I've ever had, being, in attendance at any sport at any level. Yep. I mean, it's great football, and it's a lot of fun.
Mike Feets is with us. Mike Feets and Bob Petrie are the new owners of the Duke City Gladiators. They will be on what's called hiatus this year. So what does that do for a franchise when you go dark for a year? And obviously at this point, the season starts here in about a month and a half. So you're not going to be able to just scurry something together, nor should you, I don't think. So what's the process then in a year where you'll be dark? What do you, aside from, I guess the first thing is identifying a place to play, what will happen over the next year?
Over the next few months, it's going to be drinking from a fire hose to figure it out. There were a couple of other teams in the league that, went dormant this year. I mean, it is a challenging thing to do. We've got some great sports teams, but, obviously, the United has done a tremendous job and has a phenomenal following. But you've seen what's the challenges in our city for them to get their own stadium.
Yep.
I mean, that's something that has to happen. I mean, we need to support that. Like I said, Jeff, it's a premature question. I don't know.
Fair. Yeah, fair. No, it's totally fair. Hey, you and I have had this conversation, and I've preached, and I feel like I've preached about an arena for years. I've been in this market 28 years, and we've been talking about building an arena before I got here. It's beyond time, and obviously your franchise would benefit. But where are the realistic conversations? I've always thought Fairgrounds is a great spot. You've got a vibrant area on either side. You've got Uptown, you've got Nob Hill. I'm going to assume you guys will be pretty active in conversations in regard to a potential new arena.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, obviously there have been conversations about having one out by the new Nucinda football stadium.
Yep.
That is a phenomenal area. Obviously, Mesa del Sol has been in discussions. But Fairgrounds is centrally located. I mean, that is the center of Albuquerque. And the Fairgrounds needs to be revitalized. And, if you look in almost any major metroplex, Fairgrounds don't sit in the middle of a city.
That's right.
They're on the outskirts, and that whole area needs to be revitalized. I mean, by trade, I'm a home builder, and I would love to see that area be repurposed and be revitalized. It's a big spot that needs to be, quite frankly, cleaned up.
Yep.
and built up, because it is the center of our city.
Yeah. I'm stoked for you guys. I really am. I think the Gladiators can be something big, and I love. I mean, I know you and Bob both pretty well, and I'm really, really stoked for you. On a personal note, I know your wife Heidi's from Pasadena. The fires down there. Her family okay? I've been in touch with my family. I know these things hit close to home, and certainly with that Altadena fire right there, I hope her family's okay.
Yeah, no, she's doing great, and family's doing just fine. It's that boy. That is an awful deal. I had a long conversation with some builders, that are actually just north of there last night, and just the devastation is. This will be the most expensive,
no doubt,
wildfire in the history of the United States, and it's awful, and just feeling for those folks, and what a beautiful area that's just being demolished.
Yeah. I'm stoked for you, man.
So,
you keeping the name the
brother.
same, or you guys? We talk about rebrand. What would you keeping the same logo, name, or is that all? Everything's up for discussion.
Jeff, everything's on the table, and quite frankly, a lot of that I'd like to put back to the community. This is the community's team. It's not my team. It's the community's team.
Nice.
And that's what we want to put the product and the brand on the field that our community is proud of, and that they're a part of.
Nice.
So I think that's there will probably be a campaign to hear opinions.
Yeah, I love it. I'm stoked for you and Bob. Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jeff.
And we'll catch up soon.
Sounds great, bud.
All right, be well. He's Mike Feets, one of the new co-owners. They were going dormant anyway, and if there's a group with the means to maybe get something going as far as a venue, and it sounds like it's coming back to Albuquerque, right?
Yes, it does.
And so, you and I both love that product. You and I both enjoy going out there, right?
Yes, it's fun.
Yeah,
that's
100%.
That's the base of it. The entertainment aspect of it, and it's kind of been the classic just New Mexico thing where you have the type of venue for this, and it is out of the way. They weren't getting a huge buzz and attendance from Rio Rancho, so you have the Duke City Gladiators out there in Rio Rancho, and you just can't get these things to line up.
Yeah. No, I think this is going to be a good thing. All right, 505-246-0610. Coming up at 8 o'clock, we'll hear from Dr. Amanda Burge. She is the new acting athletic director down at New Mexico State. Aggies have a big one with UTEP. Both Lobos and Aggies, big rivalry games tomorrow. Get into that at 8 o'clock with Dr. Amanda Burge. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Thank you for being with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Dun, 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 dun. I know I got no voice. Never did. Fighting Irish move on to the national championship game. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame beat Penn State 27-24. in the Capital One Orange Bowl. Tonight, you get the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Is it all right that I throw in the sponsor all the time?
They are sponsored.
I mean, it is the name of the game. Everybody's on Ohio State tonight. I'm just telling you, just because everybody, I'm starting to lean the other way. And, you know, being a Michigan household now, I mean, my heart obviously supposed to sway the other way. But nothing should tell you that Ohio State doesn't win this game, right? Ohio State should be better, right? And Texas is really good. Ohio State's got the best roster. They win, right?
I do think so. I think Texas is going to be competitive, but I always felt Texas has been a little overrated this season.
Okay.
Lost to Georgia twice.
Yep.
All right, got in, beat Clemson, but did we love Clemson this year?
No. Clemson was
they
the
haven't
lowest seed.
beaten anybody to that extent. Where even Ohio State, you look at them overall, I see a different level. I see an offense that we don't question their quarterback. We're not having this conversation that Arch Manning is better, yet Quinn Ewers keeps starting. So something is there. I just like Ohio State overall.
What is the best win by Texas this year would be? I mean, they won at Michigan, but Ohio State couldn't do that. You're right. No, you're right. We got by Vanderbilt by 3. They beat at Florida when Florida was starting to play better. They beat A&M. That was a good win. And they lose twice in close games to Georgia, 30-15, and then 22-19. Yeah. That's what you get tonight. Notre Dame. I was listening to somebody tell me today, typical James Franklin. James Franklin, the coach of Penn State. That's what he does. James Franklin didn't throw that damn interception, man. As much as y'all love Drew Aller, and you should love Drew Aller, and Drew Aller's really good, well, why was he throwing? Every one of you said throw the ball down the field, right? You trust that quarterback. Didn't you? When they got the ball back with, 44 seconds, 55 seconds, whatever the number was, right? When Notre Dame punted, and Penn State got the ball back with 2 or 3 timeouts, you felt they were going down the field and kicking a field goal, didn't you?
Not necessarily. They had the opportunity. They ran the football in first down.
And got 12, 13 yards.
So they were telling you that if we don't get yards here, we're taking it over.
All right, and then they
did. And Drew Aller made a terrible play.
Yeah.
It was, you take the sack, dude. And he said he was trying to throw it away. No, you take the sack or throw it down the middle. Yeah, you don't throw it away opposite your body.
Yeah, you don't throw it away.
Dude just made a mental mistake that cost his team the game.
Yeah. You don't throw it away down the middle. And so it's hard for me to sit here and blame James Franklin for that. Like, what mistakes did James Franklin make yesterday? That cost. What did the coach do yesterday that cost Penn State that game?
The players, you could talk about the missed opportunities of, all right, Riley Leonard's out. You have a 10-point lead. You're not able to build off that, and then you end up in this back and forth game late.
Players make plays, man.
Yeah.
I just look. Do I think he's the greatest coach? I think he's a good coach. I really do. I think James Franklin's a good coach. He didn't win the Orange Bowl yesterday. Do they have a better team? I don't know, man. Notre Dame's pretty freaking good. Notre Dame's defense is stout. Notre Dame ran the ball. Dude, Love was terrific yesterday. The touchdown run where he stayed on his feet, going right to left as you watched on your TV, banging through. I got a hard time completely blaming this on James Franklin.
No, it's not completely on him. I think getting to the end of the game, there was missed moments, but this is also the Notre Dame team that I have never bought into this narrative that they don't have, they're just not as fast, they're not as talented. No, their style of play closes that gap to me. And they are good players because of their physicality, the way they play their game. That's why I was on Notre Dame from the start on this side of the bracket because of all these matchups.
Yeah. Can I give you an opinion that I don't know that it's unpopular. I just don't know that I hear it a lot. I think Marcus Freeman's a hell of a coach, Notre Dame's coach. I think he outcoached Kirby Smart in the quarterfinal game. The special teams plays were great. The calls that he made were great. It feels like he pushes all the right buttons. His guys want to play for him. I love his demeanor. He's calm. He doesn't get high, doesn't get low. I'm kind of becoming a fan of him. And I don't hear that a lot.
Oh, Freeman is he's the darling of the CFP.
Is he?
No.
All right.
And I think people will point to that and go, well, James Franklin can't be any of these guys.
No. Again, I mean, players got to make plays. First black coach to reach the college football national championship game. I don't even. I almost thought we were beyond all that, and it never really dawned on me. But okay, and I think that's a great milestone, and good for him. I like him, man. I like him, and the fact that they can keep going deep into their line, and that they can keep finding dudes to play, and I'm down. I'm down. All right, 505-246-0610. Coming up a little bit later, we're going to get into Lobos and Aztecs tomorrow. Do you have the right color shirt to wear tomorrow? We can't just go to games anymore, can we?
Yeah, you can.
I don't have to wear the white, or
you don't have to do anything.
I think my section's white. I think that's what it is. People can look at you like, really, dude, you're wearing black? Oh, what are you, an Aztec fan?
Maybe I am.
Ooh, what if you say that? Can you say that? I guess you can say anything you want.
Say anything you want.
This is America.
Now, how will people react? That's out of your hands.
We'll have a sellout by tomorrow. I think tomorrow can be special. You going out tomorrow morning?
Yes, I am.
Did you reserve your seat?
Yes, I did.
All right, I won't be on press row, but just because I'm not there, on press row doesn't mean I'm not there. I leave it, because these other radio stations need 5-6 seats. We barely get 1 or 2, so I'll sit up in my season seats, chairbacks.
I sit there, put my hood on, incognito.
You can't go incognito. You're JJ Buck, for crying out loud. What do you think you're going incognito? By the way,
no one knows what that means.
Yeah. Abdul Carter's going pro. Defensive end from Penn State. And he'll be a hell of a pro. I mean, he'll be a hell of a pro. He'll go early in the first round. Drew Rosenhaus is his agent after the game last night, the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, and he had his 12th sack of the season. He said he is going pro, and he's a top, I don't know, is he the first defensive lineman off the board? Probably, right? He's a problem. He's a guy that's going to go out and create issues for you. So I think that's really cool. All right, we're going to get through. Coming up next, Amanda Burge is going to be with us. She is the acting, I believe is the correct term, athletic director at New Mexico State. Talked to her about what the first week's been like and the job and what she's got to do down there and how that all came to be. So we'll do that coming up next as the Aggies play UTEP tomorrow night in El Paso. Hey, if you're looking for a gift for yourself, right, you took care of everybody else. Everybody else you took care of over the holidays. How about you? Can I suggest a car detailing service from On the Spot Automotive Detailing? I love when On the Spot Automotive Detailing comes to my office. They come to me. I don't go to them. They've been awarded best in the city because they take time to make sure your car looks and feels like brand new. Not only that, they also offer ceramic and coating and paint protection film. It keeps scratches and stains off your vehicle. They also do window tinting. Gift yourself today because you deserve it. Give them a call or just go online. Have them come out to you. You don't go to them, man. I know you don't have time. I don't either. I don't know where their office is. It doesn't matter. They come to you. They're in the parking lot. You go outside, and your car looks and feels and smells like the day you took it off the lot. On the Spot Automotive Detailing, you can book and buy and look at them all online. It's at otsdetailing.com. otsdetailing.com. All right. Aggies and Miners tomorrow. That's by the way, JJ. That's a big one at the top of Conference USA too.
Yes, it is.
Because I don't know if people are looking at that. I'm not downplaying it by any means what the Lobos and Aztecs mean tomorrow at the pit. It's huge at the top of the Mountain West. But at Conference USA, there are only 2 teams left who are unbeaten. And they're 2 or 3 games into conference play. And it is New Mexico State and it is UTEP. So after tomorrow, only one will be. We'll talk to the acting athletic director down at New Mexico State, Amanda Burge, when we come back, how it all came to be, what she's done in her first week, what's on her plate, and what's the direction now under her direction for Aggie athletics. It's the opening drive. Happy Friday. Thank you for being with us. Alongside of, well, we're not really alongside anymore. In the vicinity of JJ Buck, I'm merely Jeff Symbiota on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action.
Of the year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bob.
Big weekend down for the Aggies. They'll be in El Paso. The men's team will be tomorrow. 2 teams are left undefeated in men's basketball in Conference USA. Both New Mexico State and UTEP are 2-0. Might have heard their rivals. They'll go at each other at the Haskins Center tomorrow. You also may have heard there was a little shakeup at the top of the athletic department last week. The new president came in first day and changed athletic directors. Mario Mocha is out. Dr. Amanda Burge is in as the acting athletic director. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck and Amber's. Did I say something different? I apologize. My bad. Dr. Amber Burge is the acting athletic director. Amber, good morning and welcome to the opening drive. And I apologize. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. No, I appreciate that. You caught it quickly.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, and I know better than that. Hey, so I don't even know how. Do I say congratulations on the new gig? Do I say like what's the right the right greeting on that?
I don't even know. I've heard a lot of congratulations ?
Right, because you've worked in that department. You worked with Mario for so long. How did this all go down? Like the process where the new president said, brought you in and he said, Amber, this is what I'm thinking of doing. Are you up for this? How did this all go down?
Yeah, that was actually very quickly last Thursday. Our president visited with Mario and then talked with me after that. So it was, here's what I need from you, and it will be an acting athletic director, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to act as the athletic director as long as New Mexico State needs me, because that's, Mario brought me here, and I appreciate that he brought me here. I respect what he's done here, and I wanted to make sure that my whole goal when I even came here was to make sure that our student athletes had an exceptional experience. So it was not a tough decision when the president said, here's what I need from you.
Right.
Because that was what I had been doing since Mario brought me here on day one.
Yeah. Amber, is being an athletic director, was that kind of something you want to do? I mean, we all kind of think, I'd love to do this or I'd love to do that. Was that part of the professional plan or a desire for you?
It has been part of the professional plan. I was an athletic director, but that was at a JUCO. I was at Neosho for 4 years. So it was something that I was definitely interested in doing again. When you look at a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, it definitely was not this year.
Right.
So whatever you can do to support student athletes, my entire purpose for getting into this field was to provide access to education and provide access to life-changing opportunities. Mm-hmm. So you can do that for many different chairs, and right now I'm getting to do that as the acting AD.
Yeah. She is Dr. Amber Burge. She's the acting athletic director at New Mexico State with us on the Sports Animal. You've got all these things to do, and obviously there's so many questions, and you, because it's got to be awkward in some respects, right? You worked with Mario, as you said, he brought you there. Aggie, and I said this on our show, and I've got so many friends down there. I used to do Aggie Vision games. I intimately involved with so many people down there. The Aggie fan is either really, really upset because they said Mario brought us to heights that we've never been to before, or it's about time, right? Because of everything that's been going on. It didn't feel like there's a lot of Aggie fans in the middle. Has that been kind of your perception of where people are about this?
Yeah, that's true. I talked with Coach Hooten late Thursday night, and he was preparing for the game all day Thursday. He and I saw each other early on Thursday, and he said, look, I really didn't know what to say. Yeah. And jokingly, I said to him, well, gosh, Coach, you're the only one this has been awkward for. I don't know. Everyone else has been completely comfortable.
Yeah, right.
Because it's been awkward for everyone.
Yeah.
This is not the way that anyone wants to step into an AD position, as acting, as interim, as anything. So, yeah, it's absolutely been awkward. But one of the things that I can say about, you mentioned our Aggie fans, all of our supporters, they have not walked in and, I've been in some offices, I've been in businesses to talk with a lot of different folks already, and not a one of them have said anything about me personally. It's all about the same purpose that I have, supporting our student athletes.
Yeah, I think even those who supported Mario know that you didn't go in and take his job. And if there's any, I don't know, cushion to this, maybe that's it. She's Dr. Amanda Burge. She's the acting athletic.
Amber.
God bless me. Amber Burge. Amber, never again will I do that. Amber Burge is with us. I feel horrible.
You know what? I've been internal here for the last 2 years. So this is my opportunity to get out and get about and meet a lot of different folks that I haven't had an opportunity to meet. So yeah, it makes sense that you're just learning my name.
I'm fighting a cold and I'm off my game a little bit, Amber. I apologize.
Well, you've discussed the student athlete a lot, and I think times have changed where the student athlete has a lot more things that they can get and maybe even a lot more responsibilities for themselves. But just for you, how much have you learned about whether it's marketing, fundraising, all this stuff that was always a part of it, but it's even at such a bigger level now with name, image, and likeness, and then we know the house settlement is coming down the line too.
Yeah, coming up on the academic support and student athlete development side, you have an opportunity to still get involved with marketing briefly. Now, I was heavily involved with NIL from the beginning. So from the time that we even thought that NIL might be a thing, the student athlete development part of that was something that I was heavily involved in. So I came here with a great deal of knowledge on the NIL side, and of course, the collective piece was not something that any of us planned for when we were planning for what NIL would be. I had an opportunity to meet with our Aggie NIL collective, A Mountain Sports, yesterday. I've worked with them briefly leading up to yesterday, and let me tell you, they have some outstanding ideas. So I'm really excited to support them and, in their effort to support our student athletes moving forward. So, it's been brief, some of those contacts that I've had before today in terms of, getting involved with the day-to-day of the marketing. But what you already know is we have a strong staff here. And one of the things I really believe in is hiring experts in their fields and letting them do their jobs. And we have some great experts who, if I were to try to get into the day-to-day of marketing, ticket sales, I would be wasting my time and wasting our time.
Because they're better at it. Yeah, they're really good. You got some really good people down there on that staff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm going to let them do their jobs, and I'm going to support them in any way that I can, because that's what we've got to do to step forward and to enhance what we're doing here.
So what is the future look like for college athletics? And it's still such an opportunity, for student athletes, but we know that the playing field, it's not created equally. There's big questions with revenue sharing coming up. The power conferences even want more power. So how do you, navigate what you have to do in the moment versus planning for the future?
Yeah, right now, when you look at the house settlement, we're still waiting on answers. So it's kind of like you're planning for something that you think might happen. And as athletic directors in Conference USA, we're meeting, and they've been meeting on, I believe, a weekly basis. So I jumped into those meetings this week and started to learn a little more about their discussions, and they're trying to find out what can we as a conference do to move forward, which efforts need to be a conference efforts and which efforts need to be individual institution efforts. And of course, we're sharing information with them, but we want to make sure that what we do here sets us apart so that we can lead the conference.
Amber, is the conference realignment discussion closed for now? I know it's never done, right? And I know that the Mountain West had come to New Mexico State, and Gloria Navarez had conversations with Mario and former leadership. Now that you've got a new president, now that you're in place as the acting athletic director, is there any desire to rekindle that conversation about Mountain West? Is that something that's on your plate?
I'll tell you, I spoke with Gloria Navarez back in October, but it was at Women Leaders in Sports. We're both part of that organization. And conference realignment was not anything that came up, but I was also sitting in a very different chair. Yeah. So, being today, I'm talking to you just a week and not even a full day into this position. That's not something that the president and I have talked about yet, and that's definitely not something that other conference commissioners have reached out to me about yet. So I can't really comment on that piece, because one of the things that I said to our staff was, on day one, I don't know what I don't know. And that's one of those things that I don't know, and I'll have to get back to you on, because we haven't even started that conversation yet.
Yeah. Big game on Saturday, tomorrow, over at the Haskins Center. Men's basketball's playing really well, 2-0 in league play. Big win over the team. One of the teams was favored in Conference USA over Louisiana Tech. Coach Hooten's got them playing well. Winning heals a whole lot of things, doesn't it? Makes things a whole lot smoother. You got a big one tomorrow in El Paso.
Oh, my goodness. We have a huge opportunity to go in and take one from UTEP. And, yeah, that's something that we're all looking forward to. I know that there's going to be a large contingent of us that attend the women's game at 2 o'clock here first, and then head over to El Paso to be there for the men's game. So it's going to be a really exciting weekend. I have heard that they are sold out, or at least close to sold out there at UTEP. And I know that the Sixth Main Club and Sherry Jones there has got a fan bus going. The Sixth Main Club will take a charter bus down there. So I know that we're going to have a lot of our fans there, and I'm excited to see what we do off the court as a support group, a fan group. But, Coach Hooten has this team ready to go. I mean, this team is firing on all cylinders right now. I did step in and tell the team before that Louisiana Tech game that this one was really important to me, because I spent 8 years before I came here there, and I want to see us be successful. So that was a game I definitely wanted us to win, and my goodness.
Yeah, you won by 30.
Been asking, was that a statement win? I'm not sure it was a statement win, because it's what we can do. It's who we are. It's how we play.
The new boss comes in, says, win one for me, and they win by 30. Yeah, obviously you got their attention. It's kind of nice how that goes. And I'm a big Sherry Jones fan, and give her my love. I think what she does is unbelievable down there. Lastly, for me, and I don't know if JJ's got something else, is this something, the intent for you you're acting, and President's giving you 6 months. Is this something that you want to hold on to long term, this position?
You know what? Right now the title is acting, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be here as long as New Mexico State needs me.
Perfect. Well, they need you to get a 30-point win over Louisiana Tech, obviously, the other day, and it worked out well. Amber, appreciate the conversation. Looking forward to many more and to meet you in person. Good luck against UTEP today's already Friday, tomorrow. And and congratulations on the new gig. Best of luck to you. We'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. She is Amber Burge, and she is the acting athletic director at New Mexico State. Actually, really cool conversation. If I can get her damn name right. I'm so off today, dude. I apologize. I feel like crud. Yeah, and I feel horrible. But that was pretty impressive, I thought. I don't know what y'all thought. Aggie fan, you can get in on that 505-246-0610. Got a sweet deal for you. And then coming up at 9:30, Joma Milicevic, Lobos men's basketball. Big one tomorrow against San Diego State. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report.
All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm David C. Chavis, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King show.
I think it's a big deal. How's your breakfast, by the way?
Smells great.
Yeah, smells great. You haven't eaten it yet? All right, breakfast this morning, courtesy of our friends over at Tucanos, and David is here. Tucanos over on First and Central is, look, man, I mean, it's been there for 24 years. Mickey opened that place long time ago. Us over at the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl have partnered with Tucanos every year. We've done this 19 years, except for the 1 year that we were in Frisco. Tucanos has taken care of our pregame meal on game day for our VIP tent. You guys host our officials. I love the place. David is here to tell you about a sweet deal. What's up, man? How you living?
No, I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Life's grooving, actually. And thank you, first off, for feeding the place this morning.
Oh,
everybody's happier when they're fed. You know, everybody's happier.
It's funny. I don't know if they were happy to see me or the food.
You know the answer. Yeah, you absolutely know the answer. You've been in that business long enough.
Yeah, I got a face for radio. What can I say?
We all do. That's why we're doing it. Here's your sweet deal. You go to our website, sportsanimалabq.com. You go there right at 9 o'clock. You click on the sweet deal icon. And for just $30, you get to grub $60 worth of Tucanos, which is it's a Brazilian, right? You still call it Brazil. It's an experiential restaurant where they bring you the food. First of all, your salad bar is the best in the city, I still think.
Yeah, that's why we don't call it a salad bar. We have a salad festival.
Oh, it's a salad festival.
It's a party in your mouth.
Yeah, it is. All right, talk about what you guys got going on. I know the chef's dinner is a big deal right now.
Oh, yeah, the chef's dinner next week is actually going to be huge. It's actually going to be not the traditional Tucanos. It's going to where they're coming and cutting the meat with you. It's actually going to be a 4-course meal.
Really?
Already pre-planned, and you can actually, when you go to the Tucanos website, you'll see the actual menu. The menu is actually, it's amazing with appetizers, anything along the lines that'll go with it, all the way down to desserts. And on top of that, we actually are offering a Chilean wine experience, or wine pairing as well.
Really?
So you got a nice Merlot, Communier, Sauvignon Blanc that we can put that goes with it. So it's an additional charge, but it is definitely worth it.
Are you guys open? So what are your hours now? Because I know you changed up a little bit on lunches.
Yeah, we changed a little bit for right now.
Yeah.
And I say for right now because as business grows, obviously we're going to try to look at growing some more. But right now we're open for Monday through Thursday. We're open from 4 to 10
for dinner.
For dinner.
Yep.
And then for Friday, Saturday, we're open from lunch and dinner, but from 9 to 11. And on Sunday, we're open from 9 to 10 or 9 to 9.
All right. So
I'm sorry, 11 to 9.
It's not a lunch thing on Monday through Friday anymore.
No.
Yeah. Which I used to love going in for your, what is it? Salad festival?
Salad festival. Yeah. You got to get it that right.
All right. And you also have a club, right? So if you join your club, you got something going on with the second Monday of every month, and talk about. No, you're looking at me.
Yeah,
like
no. It's all actually called the Tucanos Club.
What is it?
Tucanos Club. It's actually just an app. If you get on the app and it's a Tucanos Club, it actually not only offers you, gives you the experience of being able to get $10 off of the every second Monday of the month, but also it gives you your free birthday meal, free birthday desserts, free lemonades, and things along those lines.
Beautiful. It's just the app.
Yeah, it's just the app. If you go to Club Tucanos, go to your whatever app store that you have on your phone, and then do Club Tucanos. It's a nice toucan. You'll see that. Once you see that, you'll click in, fill all your information out. Once you fill the information, it's just it'll give you redemption codes. We always ask that you do that. Some people will do that for their birthdays, and I tell them, hey, please do it at least 36 to 48 hours in advance, because if you do it the day of, you're going to lose, and then you'll be mad at me because I didn't redeem something.
That's how it is. The Winter Chef's Dinner, it is January 15th coming up. Go to their website. It's tucanos.com/location/ABQ, and it's all right there. Catering is a big thing as well. And like I said, man, you guys do the VIP tent, the Tito's tailgate tent, as we call it, the VIP tent for the pregame for the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl. And the food was fantastic. Like there's a reason we continue to work with you, and hopefully you continue to work with us for the past 19 years. It's been a great partnership, and people just love the grub. Yeah, it was great.
I don't think I've ever had anybody say that it was horrible. Everybody loves it. especially when it comes with the pineapples.
Yeah, no, the pineapples roll. All right, and you can go and just click catering there. All right, it's your sweet deal. You go to our website, sportsanimalabq.com. Go there at 9 o'clock. Click on the sweet deal icon. $60 worth of Tucano's goodness for just $30. David, great to see you.
Great to see you. Great to be here. And as a matter of fact, tell people don't forget Valentine's is coming up,
I think you just told them.
Okay.
You want me to tell them too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Valentine's is coming up, and book at Tucano's. You could do that as well.
Definitely.
See you soon.
Special dinner for two.
Yeah, enjoy that.
All right.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer.
Big NFL weekend staring you right in the face. It'll start tomorrow morning tomorrow afternoon, right after Lobo men's basketball over on CBS. And here on the Sports Animal. Texans and Chargers go first, Steelers and Ravens. And then we're off and running. Lobos and Aztecs in the pit tomorrow. Aggies and Miners at the Haskins Center tomorrow. I mean, you got to find something you like tomorrow, don't you? Between the NFL and the rivalries and everything you got going, what color do you got to wear to go sit in your certain section? It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, 505-246-0610. Rudy, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Rudy.
Good morning. I'm in section R. R is in red.
Right,
so I'll be decked out in my finest red Lobo gear tomorrow. And you know, last year when they did the stripe out, it looked really good on TV. So I hope everybody complies again this year. And, you know, it's pretty easy. In the old days, it was really hard. Now you just go to social media. It's all over the place. You can see what section you're sitting in, look at your ticket, wear that color.
Okay. I mean, then comply. Yeah, if you want to. Yep.
This huge game.
Where's the Aztec section? Is there an Aztec section behind their bench? Just asking.
There probably is, and they'll probably be in black.
Yes, that's probably right. Yeah.
I'll never forget, we were playing San Diego State in the Mountain West tournament, and Buddy and I are all decked out in red. We're walking through the casino. Here comes some San Diego State fans dressed in all black. We kind of looked at each other, and I said, yeah, we'll see y'all later.
Yep, that's how it rolls.
You would have minute. Yeah, so this is going to be a classic, I think, in the pit. You know, I've been watching San Diego State. Who hasn't been watching them? They're always going to be a good basketball team as long as Dutcher's there. He's built something pretty special, and if we're going to beat these guys, we have to be on our game. I'm hoping Amzell has a breakout. I'm hoping that True shoots the ball better than he has been shooting it, and I think he will. I think those kind of things, you just have to keep playing hard, and the big thing's going to come down to how well we can defend their three-point shot, I think. They take a lot more than I've seen in the past.
Yeah, they're lengthy. They're JJ. I don't know that they're a typical San Diego State team because I think they're a little better offensively. Don't you?
They can be.
Yeah, they can be. Yeah.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, you know, here are the women playing Sunday on national TV too. So don't forget about them. Get out there, and I don't think that it'll be a sellout, but I'd sure like to see 6,000-7,000 people in the pit on Sunday. This women's team has found a way to play, haven't they, JJ?
They do, man. They just play really hard, and they kind of have a chip on their shoulder, and as they should on Sunday because they're essentially a home underdog. So if they can get a good environment and see if they can have a chance to make it a fun one.
All right, man. Enjoy tomorrow.
See ya.
See ya.
Everybody wear your colors.
Wear your colors. Find your colors. Wear your colors. 505-246-0610. Edward, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
Good day, gentlemen. I think this weekend's going to be a great weekend. I think tomorrow's game is going to be amazing. I've only gone to 2 Lobo basketball games. Jeff, I think I've seen you at both of them. And they were both San Diego State games, and they were both thrillers. So tomorrow's going to be an amazing day. The one prevalent thing that has changed my mindset in the last few years regarding college athletes, other than the complete deconstruction of what we knew for generations, is I no longer think of these guys as kids. They are young men. They are now professional athletes. Last night, that quarterback from Penn State, he makes $1.9 million a year.
What do he makes?
Just so you know, $1.9 million. That was an egregious mistake, and they happen. I make mistakes every day. We all do, right? But in the past, we'd be like, well, they're kids, and kids are going to make mistakes. These are 20-some-year-old men, maybe some are 19, handsomely paid for results. And last night, even the Notre Dame quarterback threw a pretty bad pick. It was a great play by the tall linebacker, but it was a war of who was going to make the last mistake. And I think I even texted you guys, a turnover is going to end this game.
And it did.
And that's exactly what happened. So
Drew Aller makes $1.9 million.
He makes $1.9 million is an NIL deal
for this year. Wow.
Penn State's quarterback.
God bless him.
Yeah. So, and it's not to bemoan he's a good young man, and so is Notre Dame's quarterback, but it's changed my mindset. No longer do I think of these guys as solid young men and they're going to make mistakes. They are paid professionals to deliver in the biggest moments. Tonight, I think Texas, for JJ's point, I completely agree with him. There's just something about them that you know that they're just not going to deliver, and I think Ohio State's going to win. Great NFL games this weekend. I think we have some great matchups. I'm looking forward to the Chargers. I think that defense is going to shut down, the Texans, even though they're on the road. And that Minnesota game, Jeff, the Rams and Minnesota, I think that's the game of the weekend.
Maybe.
That's a lot to process for the Rams, but the
Look,
Rams
a lot of those guys
dangerous.
lost their homes, man.
And
a lot of these guys are like dealing with life. You know what I mean? One guy's dealing with a DUI. These other guys are dealing with losing their homes. I mean, their whole damn city's on fire.
By the way, I think I shared this story with you. I was on vacation, and some really wonderful people from Utah that went to BYU, and one of the girls, her best friend, dated Puka Nacua for 2 years, said he's the most wonderful guy. Nice. Generous, kind. I'm a big fan of that guy. And by the way, the Eagles are going to have their hands full with the Packers, and I'm looking forward to the games. Guys, thanks for letting me share a few thoughts. Have a delightful weekend.
Later. What do you got, man? I'll tell you, I got Chargers, Ravens, Bills, Packers. Game am I missing?
Do you want to do a little playoff 3-for-all?
All right. Yeah, we can do that. Do that a little bit later. Do it with Kenny Thomas. He might be bringing burritos too.
Oh man, we're gonna be.
Yeah, you may be grubbing
to
tonight.
to the brim.
Yeah, you may be grubbing quite a bit. I mean, when he shows up, that'll be. Yeah, you know how that rolls.
Kenny Thomas, it was the tea time, and he'll be here at 9.
Kenny Thomas will be with us at 9:00. The former Lobo great. Vikings-Rams game has been moved to Arizona because of the wildfires. That game will be Monday in Arizona, a home game for the Rams. At least they didn't move it to Minneapolis because that would have been bad. Jalen Hurts, full practice yesterday, the Eagles quarterback, fully practiced, on track to play in the wild card game against the Packers. Jordan Love's probably going to play as well. So you get both your guys. If the Eagles lose Nick Sirianni fired by Monday,
how fast do they bring in Bill Belichick?
No way. No way. No way. I just think Belichick, if nothing else, like he wouldn't let. He gave them his word, right? He's one of those guys. Your word is your word, right? I mean, he's one of those guys.
But then it is interesting that June 1st of this year.
I know.
$9 million drops off that buyout.
I know. Just kind of a weird time for it, right?
Yeah.
So just set up the whole thing and then leave then and then hand it off to your kid?
It's out there.
I mean, I don't know, but that could be the way that goes. All right, 505-246-0610. Let's get into the NFL stuff when we get back. Let's go through it. What do you like? Who do you like? Why do you like? And make sure that we're up to date on all the injury stuff. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. Our law firm was founded by my father, Thibaut J. Chavez, with one goal: to get New Mexicans the help they need. That's why we built a different kind of law firm. We focus on family values, dedicated service, and we make a real contribution by giving back to our communities. We can't change what happened to you or your loved ones, but we can help you get back on the road to recovery. We're by your side, and we're still as local as red and green.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their...
I was just reading some of the stuff on the fires, J.J. Redick losing his home, and Steve Kerr talking about Steve Kerr, the Warriors coach, talking about his family home. His mom's 90 years old. They bought their house in 1969. I told you when we played against them my senior year, he was at Palisades High School. I told you the story where I mentioned it to him, and he's like, hey, you went to Taft? Like, he had an unbelievable week. He was just talking about, he said, that's my hometown. All my friends are from there. Pretty much they've all lost their homes, their family homes, childhood homes. Our whole high school's gone. The town looks like it's just been completely wiped out. It's surreal. It's devastating. But fortunately, almost everyone escaped. Pictures reminded me of Lahaina a couple of years ago. He says, I was just there 2 weeks ago for dinner. The night before our game, we just celebrated my mom's 90th birthday. This past summer, we had 100 guests up on that hillside. Beautiful night. Great memories in an idyllic place. I know I keep going back to this, man. And does it affect the sports world a little bit? Yeah, I mean, games have been postponed and moved or whatever. You guys, I've never seen anything like this. And that's like, this is where I grew up. I'm watching, just texting with a friend of mine who she said, they had to evacuate last night and then the winds shifted. So they're okay right now. But, talking to my mom and she's like, yeah, no, I got stuff ready to go. All my papers are ready. I got all my medications on the counter. I'll just put it in a bag and I'll like, and
that's scary.
She's like, where am I going to go? I don't know. No, I know I keep going back to that. We had a meeting yesterday. We're going to try to figure out what we might be able to do as our community to help those who are affected. This is just unbelievable. All right, coming up at 9:30, we're going to talk to Jovan Milicevic, the Lobo freshman who's been getting some time lately as the Lobos and Aztecs go on, tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Kenny Thomas will be here coming up in about 11 minutes, and we'll kick it with Kenny. All right. What's your biggest the NFL this weekend? Do you have a favorite storyline? Is there one of these games that just jumps off the page to you and says, that's my one that I have to see? Is it the Rams? Is it the Broncos Bills? You want to see how the Broncos compete?
I do like the primetime games on Sunday and Monday. Commanders, Buccaneers, I think could be just a lot of fun. Shootout potential between Baker Mayfield and Daniels. The Vikings and Rams, Minnesota did a clock strike midnight on Sam Darnold, and everyone likes the Rams. They're a good football team, but the Vikings got roughed up by Detroit. So is that you're going to forget everything they did this season? Can they bounce back, get it back against the Rams in this one as well? And then Packers, Eagles, because everyone just looks at Nick Sirianni. It's like, if they don't win, it's because of Nick Sirianni.
When they win, he's got nothing to do with it, right?
Yeah.
When they win, there's nothing about him. But, yeah, I'm with you. I'm not sure. I think he's as bad a coach as everybody tells me he is, and everybody they all point out his quirkiness, his press conferences, his this. All I know is they keep freaking winning, dude. Well, the roster's that good. Yeah, there's a lot of good rosters out there. Dude keeps winning. I don't know that I think he's a great coach. I don't know that I think he's a crappy coach. But I guess I'm just not willing to jump on the bandwagon as quickly. But look, if they get beat, he could be fired by Monday. And it was Jordan Love and this Packers team who went into Dallas last year in this round.
Got him.
And got him. Beat the living stuffing out of him. Right?
Mm-hmm. And it definitely, if it happens again, it's definitely different in Philadelphia. You know, last year was a bad lead up to the playoffs. Then they got beat by Baker Mayfield.
Maker Bayfield.
Maker Bayfield.
Yeah, Maker Bayfield. It's Amber Burge. I'm a goof.
Maker Bayfield.
Yeah.
It's my new name for
it's Maker Bayfield.
Buccaneers quarterback.
He's Maker Bayfield. So I love the Rams game, and I'm even more intrigued. Well, I don't know if I'm even more intrigued. I was intrigued anyway. This thing being in Arizona.
Yeah, neutral site game. Of course, it affects it. It actually moved the line in favor of the Vikings by an extra point. It went up to 2.5 for Minnesota.
Was it 1.5 before?
Yeah,
I didn't see that. I don't know how I think the Rams are going to respond. I just don't. With all the emotion that's going around your city, you know, sometimes people rally around it, and our city needs something to rally around, and we're going to do it for our city. And sometimes, like, damn, dude, my house is burning, my family's in trouble, and I got to go play a football game in Arizona. I honestly don't know. So and Lord knows what it's going to be like by Monday. I got storylines everywhere. The Chargers Texans isn't as interesting to me. It just isn't. Like,
I think I know what you're getting at. I just want to say this quickly. I'm actually fascinated by the Texans aspect of it because it's sports. You're going to have ups and downs, but C.J. Stroud was that dude. He's still a good quarterback, but it just shows you, like, this isn't easy. Like, the Texans were really good last year. They just won a division again this season. It was, granted, South has its warts, but I'm fascinated by that matchup because, you know, the Texans are a lot like Texas right now.
Nobody's on them. Yeah. Nobody's on them. If there's, I think there's 3 games where everybody's on the same team, right? To win the game. Maybe not with the spread, but everybody's on the Chargers, the Ravens, and on the Bills, right?
Yes.
It's hard to find someone picking the Texans, the Steelers, or the Broncos to win the game. If I were going to tell you one of those dogs is going to win outright, who would you say it would be?
The Texans.
Because they're at home? That's probably right. And they've got the shortest spread.
I still get an opportunity with Nico Collins and Joe Mixon with C.J. Stroud.
Well, I think that's probably right. I think, to me, the best game, I agree with you on Commanders and Bucks, but I think Packers-Eagles is going to be fascinating. And I think the total's low, 45.5. I think there's points scored in that game. I just do. Christian Watson's out. Jordan Love's healthy, or at least is going to play. Jalen Hurts is going to play. I think there's points in that game. It's going to be in Philadelphia. Is there weather back east? I mean, there's always weather back east in January, right? So we got no weather concerns for the Rams, no weather concerns for the Buccaneers. Is it going to be brutal back in Buffalo? Have you even looked at the weather on that?
No.
Do they give me weather reports on this thing? They used to. Oh, here it is. That doesn't look that bad. AccuWeather for Buffalo, 30 degrees. I mean, how bad can that be? It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Time they playing on Sunday? I'm interested to see Bo Nix play in the playoffs. I am. Can I tell you? I enjoy me some Jaden Daniels. I think Caleb Williams is going to be good. Of all the rookie quarterbacks, is it?
Bo Nix has made the biggest statement. Because he was the one that, I was just thinking dunk. Does he have the NFL arm?
Yeah.
He going to have that extra factor, yes, he does.
I may enjoy watching him more than I enjoy watching any of them. Now, I'm going to be interested in Penix next year when he gets a full season. Drake May's going to be good. I love me the Bo Nix story. I just do. And we got a little Oregon in the family, so I've been persuaded a little bit. All right, 505-246-0610. Kenny Thomas is going to be in next. We'll kick it with Kenny. Lobos and San Diego State. Oh, the hated Aztecs will be in town. Should reach out to Ted Leitner, huh? I haven't talked to Teddy in a while. Maybe we'll do that when the Lobos go there. Kenny will be in, I think, next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
And this is Kicking It with Kenny. Kenny Thomas, well, I mean, it's Friday. He's at Barrelas, and you know the whole. I mean, whatever, man. He might bring you burrito though. He did ask what you want. I kind of, told him that kind of what you like. You may get fed. What up? Jovan Milicevic is going to be with us, the Lobo freshman, coming up at 9:30. New Mexico and San Diego State tomorrow at the iconic Pit. 11 o'clock is the start. It'll be on CBS. Jeff Grammer wrote a story in the paper this morning in the Albuquerque Journal, and it's kind of what we've been talking about in the conversation we've had over the last week. Is this the best rivalry in the Mountain West and maybe in the West in basketball, right? I mean, I would say Gonzaga and St. Mary's has been pretty good, right?
Yes.
Over the last bunch of years, but Gonzaga,
this is right there with it.
Yeah, with Gonzaga, St. Mary's, There was a lull though, man. New Mexico was bad for a minute. Neither one of those schools were really, took that time off. UCLA, Arizona, even though now they're not in the same league, but they were for all the. I mean, they were always in the Conference of Champions, right? What BYU, Utah, they weren't really playing it as much, were they? And BYU Utah will always be a great rivalry. USC UCLA will always be a great rivalry, but I think that's more a football thing than it was a basketball thing, right?
Yes.
Now I don't know where San Diego State fan is on this and who they consider their big rival, and
it doesn't matter,
right? Because they're them. Yeah. They're above New Mexico. No, I'm well aware of that. But this is, look, man. There've been some iconic games. There've been some great players. And Brian Dutcher, for his part, the San Diego State head coach, has been very, very complimentary of the Pit and of UNM. And I think what Richard Pitino said the other day, right? He said they're the class of the league. They're what we want to be. They went to the Sweet 16 last year. They went to the final game of the season 2 seasons ago. Right? That's and he's not wrong. And there's not, you don't have to get angry about it. It's not really opinion, right? That's what you want to be. Year in, year out, in the national spotlight, not just getting to the tournament, winning games, getting to the second weekend, and maybe even the third. Right? That's who you want to be. And it's all right. You can hate them. And they left you behind. And I told you, see, he'd bring burritos. It's 905. I was going on the under 904.5. What's up, Kenny Thomas? What's up? He's like Kenny Claus. He walked in with a big old white bag of burritos. Are you the DoorDash guy now?
Hey, you know there's a black Claus, right? That's me. I'm just 6'7",
I'm not even,
6'8", bro.
I don't even know how to politically correctly respond to that. No, I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, you can.
What's up, Kenny?
You're my guy.
Kenny Claus?
I come in bringing gifts.
Yeah, thank you. What's up?
Just like
there's Tucanos out there too. You get a little Tucanos? You got Barrelas?
See, I didn't know that was out there until they just left.
Did you have some?
No.
This is never Kicking It with Kenny.
I don't know. I don't get invited to the hall. I don't get invited to the Christmas party.
Stop.
I don't get food. I just bring food. Because you're always giving me crap about being late.
No, I mean, you're only 5 minutes late today. I'm gonna call Dave Bliss and see. Was Kenny always late?
Hey, no.
See?
Yeah, right. These are some fat handhelds.
Those are
over
fat
here,
handhelds. What's
I got
up?
you though.
You ready
What's
for
up, man?
Lobos and Aztecs tomorrow? What color do you have to wear in your section? Do you know?
Man, I'm supporting you, so I got to wear Aztec. No, I'm kidding.
I'm wearing black today, man. I'll wear my section color tomorrow. I think it's white.
Interesting.
Yeah, you didn't know there was a stripe out?
No, come on, man. You know I did. That section I'm usually always in that Lobo level is white.
That's right. You
It's
sit
white.
You sit with all the big dogs.
Hey,
I know. Look, you are a big dog. You should sit with the big dogs.
No, I mean, I would think so, but I'm just happy to be in the building, to be honest.
Your
But
hands cold?
yeah, man. Hey, these are some amazing gloves. It's like 20 outside, bro. I'm a California guy, man, to a certain extent, but it's freezing out here,
it's
man.
My brother just sent me a thing. He's like, dude, Albuquerque's weather is like it's the same as Ann Arbor. What the hell's going on?
Wow.
Like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Man, I'm so excited for this game. I'm excited for you on your side, and then because you're on both sides. It's going to be a great game. What's the spread, man? I tried to look it up this
Spread
morning.
don't come out till tomorrow, right?
Is that
Have
how
you
that
seen
works?
the spread yet? Yeah, spread will come out tomorrow. Look, I don't know who I think needs it more. The Aztecs have a loss. This is big for both of them. I think New Mexico might need it more for profile. But when you played, San Diego State wasn't very good when you were playing.
No.
Who was this game? Was it UTEP? Was it Utah? Was it BYU? Like the game that Saturday morning CBS, the one that you circled in the pit every year that you wanted just
That's
like
Utah.
this. It was Utah.
That's Utah. That goes back to
Van Horn, Doliak, Andre Miller.
That conversation when Royce hit that three we talked about like a week ago, right? Yeah, it was that one. Those games are always on TV. And then I think Keon Clark at UNLV, Casper Kambala at UNLV. And then we had, who else was really good? It was Fresno State was good. That's that triple overtime. I think that one was on TV with Tarkanian. You got to keep in mind the WAC was popping back then. It wasn't as bad as people think it was.
No, the WAC was nice.
I mean, I got a question for you. When you compare the Westerners, the WAC and the Mountain West, bro.
The WAC back then with BYU, Utah. I mean, like there were variations of the WAC. So when you played, was TCU in it? Was that the Billy Tubbs? So you had TCU. No, there were some teams that were. San Diego State was not good.
No.
Yeah, but the New Mexico, BYU, Utah, TCU with Billy Tubbs was really good. UNLV was good. Tark was at Fresno State.
Yeah.
It was a 16-team league. Now the bottom of it was the bottom of it. San Diego State wasn't good. Rice wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Air Force wasn't very good.
But those ones were competitive. Those are those trap games. I know you probably didn't listen to the show, but I brought it up about you bringing up. Yeah, you're my guy, man. After the game, like you
I'm not
probably
gonna lie, I was
whine,
sick the other night.
you know what I
As
mean?
soon as that game went, I rolled over.
I bring you up on my show a lot because I give you love
Thank
because you give me this amazing segment.
Well, you brought
within your
burritos.
time,
I mean,
man.
and you bring love in a bag.
Hey, I will bring it every morning, every Friday morning if you guys want. Are you kidding me? Family's family.
He is Kenny Thomas. He's with us here on These Sports Animal. You got a burrito coming, by the way.
I'm looking forward to it.
I got
Appreciate
you.
that.
I got you.
So the lead up to one of those big games for you, was it easier? Was it the same? What was it like when you did have one of those marquee games coming up?
Man, it was interesting because it's early, right? Like you start your process like at 7, 8 in the morning, and then you have team breakfast, and then you do your thing, and next thing you know, the game's here. It's hard to get up for those to a certain extent, but you feed off of the energy and the crowd and obviously the emotion. People probably don't know this, but before every game in college and in the NBA, my palms would always get sweaty. So it took me like whatever it was, like 30 seconds, a minute to get settled in. It's just being anxious and wanting to go. But the fact that I feel like the fans are going to come out like they did Nevada and New Mexico State, to where they have that place rocking. At the Nevada game, I got to address this because I think it's the first time since I've been coming back in the last 2 years, I felt that vibe of like when I've played to where it was like electric, right? So they need to feed off of that coming into this game tomorrow, especially being on CBS. This is a chance for them to actually play on a national stage and get that opportunity, right? Is what they want. And like you said, San Diego State, they don't necessarily need this win.
Well, I mean, they've got a few losses. But JJ, who do you think needs it more? I mean, they got the home loss to Utah State. The home team needs it more.
Because these teams are going to be battling for conference championships.
Oh, yeah, and you got Utah State that's 5-0, right?
This would be, well, UCLA's lost 3 out of the last 4, huh? Would this be the Lobos' biggest win? UCLA win would still be. I mean, the Lobos need these wins.
Yes, I'm not saying that Utah State's not in that conversation, but when you're having these games, you want to protect home court.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, they're supposed to win at home, right?
Yeah.
And protecting home court should not be one of those things that's even like out there, right? I feel like that St. John's game would have been a huge game, and it's not even the fact that it was Patino against his dad, right? It was the fact that it was St. John's on not a neutral site on the East Coast, right? So I feel like that would have been a big one.
That was a home game for St. John's. Yeah. All right, Kenny's in. He's going to go over and do Bob Clark show. He's on Bob Clark at 9:30. We got Jovan Milicevic going to be with us at 9:30 this morning.
Nice.
When we come back, kicking it with Kenny, I want to get into San Diego State a little bit. Who they are. It's a little. I mean, they're a quintessential San Diego State team, long, athletic, but a little bit different. Maybe better offensively than in years past. And they could win on the road. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, Kenny Thomas is here. He brought burritos on 95.9 FM and AM 6 to the Sports Animal.
The Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfasfa.org.
You can listen to Kenny after every game, Lobo game, over on News Radio KKOB. It's Lobo Live with Kenny Thomas. It's a call-in show. So as you're rolling out of the pit, and after Robert and Hunter are done with their post-game show tomorrow afternoon, then you can call Brandon and maybe Kenny can talk a little bit, and you guys, you enjoying that show, huh?
Oh, I'm having fun, man. The callers are calling in, and thank you for calling in. I appreciate it, because if you don't call in, there's no show, and it gets a little redundant, right? Like you kind of hear the call, and then you hear Hunter and Rob after, and then I don't want to talk about the same thing. It's like I want to hear from you guys. Yeah. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna have one of the coaches on after the game.
Attaboy. Well, that's good.
So yeah, and then I'm trying to be like you, man. I'm trying to get some players on my show, man.
Don't be like me. Short, fat, and bald is a tough way to go through life. Hey,
you're amazing. What are you talking about?
Hey, JJ, is this a typical San Diego State team in regards to they're long and they're athletic, but I think they're a little bit more potent than some. Maybe not the most offensive team San Diego State's had. Every San Diego State team that's a Brian Dutcher or Steve Fisher team is going to be based on defense, right? If you can't play defense, you can't go to school there. But JJ, I don't know how much you've watched them. I think Bird and Boyd are really, really versatile and can score.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're talking 73 points per game for the Aztecs' vertability. Said long athletic. It's the prototypical Aztec team with maybe more high upside, but I think the thing you're waiting if you're the Aztecs is the closer, right? You're now in conference play, these tough moments.
And they let one get away against Utah State at home that was close down the stretch. Now, they were able to close in Boise last Saturday.
The Butler's not there to save you.
Oh, he's in Kentucky.
Step up.
Yeah, he's in Kentucky.
See, but the backcourt with the Lobos, they've had difficulty, especially against longer teams, right? And it's a matter of how the game plan for the Lobos is going to be, because Dent can't come downhill as much as he's used to doing and getting to the basket. This is where I feel like there's going to have to be a lot of mid-range shots, and because there's not going to be a lot of openings because of the way that they play defense.
You tell me what, help me with this, because, and I think we watched it with Nevada last week, and I promise you we're going to see it tomorrow with San Diego State. They are not going to, in their game plan, we're not letting Donovan Dent beat us.
No.
Somebody else is going to have to beat us, and they're going to throw everything at Donovan Dent.
I think it's going to be the same game plan as
Nevada.
The last couple games. Nevada.
Yeah.
But you got to think about it. It goes back to State. I think State came in with the unbelievable game plan. Jump the ball, Dent, make him get the ball out of his hands, trap him like a hard trap. And then you got to expect other teams coming in playing against the Lobos. They're going to go a 1-3-1. They're going to go a 3-2. To where those are zones to where they're trying to eliminate Dent in the backcourt being able to do whatever he wants, which is going to cut down on a lot of different opportunities, especially with Dent getting to the basket and finding guys.
We're kicking it with Kenny. Kenny Thomas is in studio with us, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck on The Sports Animal.
Well, and we keep talking about, they're going to take away Dent, but that opens things up, right? That's what you want as a point guard. Like your job is to make plays or be aggressive. So how do you take advantage of that if there's extra attention to Donovan Dent? It means there should be plays available.
Yeah, there's going to be plays available. It's a matter of Dent trying to probably escape dribble out of the double team. And then I feel like the Lobos, the other guys are going to have to come to him. That initial pass that comes out of the double team that Dent has to get off the ball, you're not going to be that person that shoots the ball. Not really. The only thing you're probably going to do is be the person that could probably attack and start generating some kind of movement in the offense. There's going to be opportunities, and we've talked about it throughout the season so far. Who's that consistent second player?
Who is it? I mean, look, if you want to go inside, it's Nelly, all right? But aside from back to the basket, is it Borvichinen? Who's your next best scorer? It's got to be Amzil. And I'm looking at Amzil's numbers at Wyoming. He shot 0 for 7. Patino pulled him on after that turnover on the break. I mean, look, everybody's got a bad night. I'm not gonna base everything on a sample size of one. I've seen way too much good out of him. But to your point, it was right about now last year where he started to turn it around and become that dude.
Yeah, and I think he's played pretty good basketball this year. It's just it sucks because the expectation is there with him being a senior. Nelly is a guy that can score to a certain extent with his back to the basket or in general, but Amzil is a guy that can play in the backcourt, and he can take advantage of mismatches in the post. When I saw Amzil in the post, he went 0 for 2 against Wyoming in the first He missed his first 2 shots. One of them was outside. The other one was he had his back to the basket. I need to see him go up stronger. I need to see Nelly go up stronger, because you can't have bad body language.
I agree.
From a big, and I'll just say it, from Nelly Amzil, you can't have bad body language, especially when you're not getting opportunities. Your opportunities come when you're setting a pick and roll in transition for Dent. Dent is the guy. Let's just accept it. You just have to play within the system. And if I was Nelly and Amzil, I would go set a pick and roll every single time, but that's just me.
All right, Kenny Thomas is here. I want to hit on this, and maybe you talked about it on your show after the Wyoming game. All honesty, I felt like dog balls. I turned it off, went to bed right after the game was over. So I didn't hear your show. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Wyoming game? Down 32-18, and then come out with a 17-1 run to start the second half. And I'll preface it by saying, look, to me, they just had a bad half and came back, and I was impressed with the way they responded. I don't know how you felt about the Wyoming game.
I totally agree with you. We always agree. We always on the same page. One, we thought that this could be a trap game. When I played Wyoming, Air Force, all those cold places are trap games, because especially you come off a game.
Especially sandwiched with Nevada and San Diego State on each side.
Exactly. And then you can't drop off and go on the road. When you beat Colorado State, you beat Fresno State, double figures. You can't go on the road for your third game playing an under par team that came out with way more energy. But they were down 14, and they still had a chance, and they came out with a lot of energy. So, hey, it happens, and it's all about the final result, and they got what was needed. Conference play is hard, man.
And you still, by the way, cover the spread.
Well, I think it's also fascinating. Is Kenny, you're talking about it. You thought it was an energy thing. I've had people ask the question: is it leadership? Can it just be you can miss 10 shots in a row?
That too. I think it's all three. I was just about to say that. Are the Lobos a great perimeter shooting team? It's one of those things that could be seen, right? But it remains to be seen. When they get hot, they can get hot. In the last few games, they've been pretty hot. But it's who's that second guy? Who's going to come in? Who's going to dominate the whole situation as far as being able to come in and step up and figure it out?
Thank you, Brenda.
I think I messed up.
I don't know. It just says egg.
Brenda texts me the order, and whatever she texts, I showed it to the server, and he thought it was egg, so he don't want egg.
What does it say? EGG. What does that mean?
You said egg. You said egg with green chili.
Okay, I'm good.
Hey,
I said bacon and green chili.
All right, hey.
She didn't write it down. You ever go
like no eggs, you just want bacon and green chili?
Look, whatever, man.
I'm sorry.
It's like when you go to Tommy's in LA and like cheeseburger, and no cheese, extra chili. And they're like, no bun. I'm like, smart ass. Like really? Whatever. It's like what? I'm amazed. I never waited tables. I worked with my dad. Like I worked in catering and that kind of thing. The people who sit there and take your order and don't write it down, like you're not impressing me. Write the order down.
Yeah, I didn't even pay attention.
No, when you're at a restaurant.
Oh yeah,
don't you want them to write your order down? Or now they put it into the iPad or whatever.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10 they might mess it up, and it depends on the experience. And it's just like, man, it's one of those things. Hey, I will add bacon next time. Now I know it's going to be the same order. I just need to add bacon. I had bacon.
Thank you for breakfast.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Thank you. Are you kidding me? I'm excited for this game.
Who wins tomorrow, boys?
What?
Who you got? Who wins tomorrow?
What kind of question? You don't ask me that.
I just asked you that. Who wins tomorrow?
San Diego State. Yeah, right.
All right.
Look, Lobos by 4.
Lobos by 4. Okay.
4+.
What's the spread going to be? Is it going to be Aztecs by about 1.5?
When I looked on ESPN, they're 50% favored. 50. It was 50.7 and like 49.8 or something.
What's DraftKings? DraftKings give it to me yet? They only give it to you like the day of, don't they? All right. Who do you like tomorrow?
JJ, watch your tongue. Everybody's listening to you.
I'm telling you,
I like the Lobos at home.
I like the Lobos at home too.
I do think the spread it might be 1.5 New Mexico.
You think it's New Mexico 1.5? Huh?
What's the net for both right now?
Aztec. Here, I'll find that for you too. Aztecs were the Lobos were what 60 something net. Here, I'll get it to you. It's going to be right here. I can find that for you. New Mexico is 68, and San Diego State is 31. San Diego State's the second highest net ranked team in the conference. Utah State is at 28. San Diego State's 31. Boise State's 55.
Wow.
New Mexico's 68. Nevada has slipped. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Nevada's 63. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4
in
5,
conference,
6.
and you're 63.
Okay, JJ and I had this conversation the other day. Somebody's got to explain this mess to me, because you beat them, they're 0-4, and they got a better net than you. And you beat you, whatever. All right, you got to go. We got to get Jovan Milicevic in here. You listen to him over on KKOB. After Lobo basketball tomorrow, he is Kenny Thomas. Thanks for the burritos, man. Have a great weekend.
Always. Thank you, guys.
Jovan Milicevic next. The Lobo freshman on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Oh, early. I mean, you get to sleep in a little bit, right? Get up, rise and shine, wakey, eggs and bakey. Then you head on out to the world-famous pit, and you get Lobos in San Diego State. Check the social medium, of course, to see what color you are urged to wear, whether red or white, as they go for the stripe out. The game will be on CBS. You get Bill Raftery in the house. Onions! Yeah, he'll be there. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. A big one, obviously, for the fans, but it's a big one for Lobo basketball and the players. And this is, one of those things where, why do you go to a certain place? You go there to play in games like this. And a guy who's really starting to assert himself get more playing time. He's a Lobo freshman who played in 14 games so far this year and had a big outing again the other day, scored 6 points in Laramie in the Lobo win over Wyoming. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck joining us now on the Sports Animal is Lobo freshman Jovan Milicevic. Jovan, good morning. How you living?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you guys?
Excellent. Appreciate you spending some time with us. Hey, is this just another game? And it's all right if it is, but I know the fans around here, they love to despise San Diego State. It's a team with a national reputation. It's on CBS. Is this just another game, or is there a little something more to tomorrow?
I mean, we just take it game by day. I feel like ever since conference started, we've been playing very well. As you can see, we're undefeated in conference play, so we're just going to take it game by day. Coach has been hard on us during practice to get us ready for this game, and we're excited to see what it brings.
When you say it's been hard on you, what's been different getting ready for this game than other games?
He's just more on top of it, the little details.
Really?
More on top of it during practices and all that. But like I said, it's just a game at the end of the day. We just got to go in there ready and ready to win it at our home court.
Yeah, great atmosphere last Friday when Nevada was in here. I don't know, what you knew about the Pit coming in, if that was part of your recruitment, why you decided to come here. But describe a little bit what it's like to play in an atmosphere. And then, when Nelly picks the ball up off the floor and scores, the place goes bonkers. Just describe a little bit what it's like to be in the middle of all that.
Let's just say that night I didn't get much sleep. Adrenaline was running high since that shot was made. So that'll put it like that. But the Pit's amazing. The fan base is amazing. I came here on a visit. I remember watching the New Mexico State game against the Aggies, and the Pit was just amazing. I said, I definitely see myself playing here. I've never had goosebumps off the court. When I'm on the bench, I get goosebumps. When I'm on the court, adrenaline's running high. So it's just an exciting feeling to have being there with the guys.
He's Lobo freshman Jovan Milicevic with us this morning on the Sports Animal.
Now, Jovan, obviously you're a talented young man. You have a lot of confidence, but you come into a program with high expectations and you have new things to learn. You have to grow into your role. What's this year been like this season, just getting comfortable with the team and as you've earned more and more opportunities?
Just learning opportunities. Coming here as one of the younger guys, learning from the older guys was a big thing for me. Just watching guys in my position while they're on the court while I'm sitting out, just so I can learn from them. Luckily, we have great senior guys that help us out and help the freshmen out and the younger guys out and keeps them on task. So it's been really good.
Chris, you had a lot of great opportunities before you came to the University of New Mexico, playing at a high level. But I also want to get your thoughts of playing on the international stage and what that experience was like for you. Go back to 2022, you played in the the under-17s in Spain. But just having that experience as a young player, what did that do for your growth?
It was amazing. Representing my country has always been a dream of mine. Thankfully, I was able to achieve that for that U17 when we played in Spain. Play on the national team is you just playing for your family and playing for your country. And I feel like when you're representing yourself on a national level like that, you just need to play and do your hardest and show the world what you could do.
Jovan, I always wonder, a guy like you coming in as a four-star recruit with so many opportunities, you played a big part on the national team. Then you come in as the young guy and the new guy, and you got to really earn your time. And I don't know if it was frustrating to start off. You're starting to see your minutes increase as you earn more time. You were on the floor at the end of the Nevada game, and things change. It's always interesting, who's on the floor at the end of games, right? The Wyoming game. Was it frustrating at first, or is it something you kind of mentally prepare yourself for? Like, all right, I'm not the star. I might have been the best player on teams before, but man, I got to start all over and prove myself again.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was frustrating in any way. It was just more so made me want to work harder. I know the older guys ahead of me are really good. And Division I basketball is full of great hoopers. So just waiting for my time, and when the opportunity is given to me, just use it at the best of my ability.
Yeah.
But just always staying ready.
Why'd you choose New Mexico? And what do you know now about being a Lobo that maybe you didn't know when you chose to come here, 8 months ago?
I would say that the reason I came here was first the coaching staff. The coaching staff has been amazing towards me and my family. The relationship we built, I feel like they're the most consistent when there's the recruiting process. But something I didn't know, I don't know. Everything they told me really was here, so I can't really say anything for real.
Yeah. Yeah, the weather, although it just got cold on you, but the first part of winter was a heck of a lot nicer than Toronto, right? I know you were in Arizona
Yeah,
most
but now
recently.
the weather's similar to back home, so it's giving me them home vibes.
I know. I just got it. My brother just sent me a text. Why is Albuquerque the same as Michigan right now? It's 20 degrees. I'm like, yeah, look, man, the world's crazy right now. He's Jovan Milicevic, Lobo freshman, with us on the opening drive.
Jovan, when it comes to just your game on the court, what have you even grown in your time here at UNM, like your confidence-wise and just in terms of your ability on the floor? What do you think is the best aspect you bring to the team right now?
I feel like the best aspect I bring to the team is my shooting abilities. I feel like I could, with my size, I could spread the court in different ways. As you saw last game, coach put me a little bit at the 5 with a bigger guy guarding me, so space out the court more. One thing that I'm definitely working on is my defensive side. I keep improving, and I push myself in practices and games to defend hard. Yeah.
Jovan, the Wyoming game was interesting, and we all sat around, and we weren't up there with you guys, but you get out, it's probably 0 degrees and whatever it is. I looked at the Wyoming game and I said, you know what, they had a bad first half, and I was really impressed with the way you stormed back and started out 17-1 in the second half. How did you guys look at that game? I know it was a trap game. I'm not willing to just sit here and say they looked past Wyoming. I don't know that I can say that. But from your perspective, how did that Wyoming game go? And can you build off of that?
Yeah, obviously you don't want to start off a game like that. Playing Wyoming was hard. On the road games, we've been playing a lot on the road for conference now. The first half was a slow start. Halftime, coach got on us a little bit. Our leaders got on us, and we just had to pick it up in the second half. Luckily, we came away with the W. At the end of the day, it's all about getting the win. So we're thankful, and we worked hard. We picked it up on the defensive end in the second half, which made a drastic difference. But overall, I feel like we did good. Maybe the first half we should have done a little bit better. Yeah. I know, 18 points at half is unacceptable, but it came along in the second half, and we picked it up.
Understanding this is a family radio show, whatever you can share, what did Coach say at halftime?
I can't say that, but let's just say he got on good.
Yeah. Hey, Kenny Thomas was just in, former Lobo, and we were talking about how teams are really going to try to take Donovan Dent away, right? And they're going to say somebody else has to beat us. Where does offense come from if the ball's taken away from Donnie?
Well, to be honest, lately, the way teams been guarding us, they've been in the gaps really, really well, and trying to not let Donnie turn that corner off that ball screen. But I'm not going to lie, he's been doing an amazing job of finding us. It's just going to be on us to knock down those open shots with confidence.
Yeah. What's it like playing with a point guard that's playing at that level that really can see every aspect of the court when he's on the floor?
He impresses me every game. I'll tell you that much. I love playing with a point guard like that. He's amazing. You always got to be shot ready when you're playing with him. And sometimes when you don't think the ball is coming towards you, it might be flying to your face, so you just have to be ready.
Yeah, I saw him throw a pass I think that Phillip wasn't ready for the other day in the Nevada game. And Phillip's like, it's on me, and you can see Donnie a little frustrated. And I sometimes think that's where some of his turnovers come. Guys just aren't – they're good passes. Guys just aren't ready for them.
Right. I'll say that. But Donnie's big on us for being shot ready. He got on. I remember he got on Phillip during the time. I was just saying, like, when I get the ball to you, be ready to shoot it. Like, they're in the gaps,
Yeah.
So he's good in putting that confidence in our guys.
Hey, that's a great point,
knock down that shot.
How does a leader, and I'm going to get, who's the leader on here? Is Donovan Dent the leader on here? We had a conversation the other day. Like, who's a leader? And I don't think any of us can know by just watching. Who would you say are the leaders on this team?
I would say it starts off with Donnie, for sure. I feel like the approach that he comes on the game, when he comes out and plays hard, I feel like we all feed off of his energy, and we play hard as well. So I'd definitely give it to Donnie.
What's okay for a leader to say? Maybe I'm asking this the wrong way. How much is it okay for, like a coach is going to get in your face and do his thing. How does a leader, like whether it's Donnie or CJ or whomever it is, what's okay for them to is there a line to cross during the game? Like he's going to get on you a little bit when you're not doing something, or be ready for the pass, or be shot ready. You know what I'm trying to say? Like is there a fine line that they can cross, or is it like, man, go ahead and lead and tell me what I need to hear?
I feel like he's been doing a great job of just telling us, and everybody's been willing to listen. I feel like when we're on the court at the end of the day, it's 5 guys on the court. The coaches isn't on the court. It's just the players. So when Donnie is vocal and is able to talk to us like that, we're all listening, and we're always in his ear as well, trying to see what he wants, trying to see what he sees. So we've been doing a really good job of that. There hasn't really been any tension on the court in terms of the way someone approached someone else or in that variety, but we've been doing good.
Yeah. All right. He's Jovan Milicevic, Lobo freshman. They play San Diego State tomorrow. You've seen the tape, you've scouted, you're ready for him. What does San Diego State bring, man? The way I look at it, they're long, they're athletic, they can score. What do you see from San Diego State tomorrow?
Rebounding is going to be a big deal tomorrow. I know they have athletic, they're athletic, they have some size, so rebounding is going to be a big part. We're just going to have to play with pace the whole 40 minutes. Just run them out the gym.
Dude, thoroughly enjoyed this. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us. Keep improving, keep getting better, keep having fun. And we'll catch up with you sometime very soon, but really appreciate the conversation this morning. Good luck against the Aztecs.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you.
Be well. He is Jovan Milicevic. That was awesome.
Liked it a lot.
That was freaking awesome. That's why I always say, well, can we get the players on more? Like, nothing against having coaches on. I like the coaches a lot.
They talk all the time.
They do. They do. They do. And this guy, that was really, really
and they're
good.
happy when they don't have to talk.
Yeah, no, that's 100% right. And this is a freshman who, that didn't sound like a freshman, did it? Yeah, that was really cool. All right, 505-246-0610. We're going to do a little abbreviated three-for-all when we get back, right?
Let's do it.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
JJ Buck. All right, so I'm 30, 20, and 1. I don't even know where the sheet is, man. I'm 30, 20, and 1. You're something else. And then we'll get to the phones. So 3 for alls in the NFL. Go over unders. I'll give you my first one. Let me go first.
Let's do it.
All right. Give me the Packers in 5. Ooh. I think that game's close. I even if the Eagles win, and I kind of like the Packers to win. But I'll take Green Bay.
Are we going just 3 or?
Yeah, just do 3. Yeah, I'll take Green Bay plus 5 on the road. What do you want?
I was just readjusting a little bit.
Yeah.
I will go my first one. I'll take Tampa Bay minus 3. I do like Baker Mayfield, the Bucks at home. I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But give me the touchdown maker that is Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, what's your next one? Just for the record, my next one's Tampa Bay minus 3. See, it's written down here already. And there's only 6 games, so God, we were pretty good about not picking the same things. But I got Tampa Bay minus 3 also. That was my second one.
I will take the over in Chargers and Texans.
What is it? It's
42.5.
42.5. That's probably good. LAC and Houston. All right. My last one's the Rams plus 2.5. Home dog. Give me a home dog in Arizona. What do you got?
So I am going to go. I'm tempted.
Do it.
Tempted.
Do it.
Give me Pittsburgh.
Ooh, the 9. I like that. I almost took that too. Yeah, I like it. All right. You got Tampa Bay minus 3. You got the over in the LA Chargers Houston game and Pittsburgh plus 9. I got the Packers plus 5, the Rams plus 2.5, and Tampa Bay minus 3. All right. 505-246-0610. Who's on line 3? I'll go there. Oh, yeah, it's Friday afternoon. The last segment on Friday. Of course it's Terry. Hello, Terry. It's your segment. Like Kenny Thomas has his segment.
Good Friday, Jeff.
Yeah.
Good Friday, Jeff. Good Friday, JJ. Thoughts and hugs to all family members. Special thoughts to California.
No doubt.
That's craziness. Hope as many can stay safe, be safe. With that. My thought to end on a high note or a positive note was that D-back that made the interception, as much as think it was a bad throw, that was a heck of a catch. Talked to my son. He doesn't know if 10% of D-backs could have made that interception. The diving grab.
Christian Gray. Yeah, Christian Gray is his name, and that was a hell of a play. Yep.
Yeah, as they say that's why they play defense. When, they get that one that's thrown right to them and they drop it, and they go, oh, that's why they play defense. Yeah. But that was a heck of a play, and that should go down as big time because covering the guy and then keeping his hands under it, and that was awesome. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the game tomorrow. Take care. Always love the show. Bye-bye.
It's a great point. They were talking about Drew Aller throwing the interception. It was a hell of a play. And for him to get his hands underneath it was big. Tonight you get the Buckeyes and the Longhorns. The money is just coming in evidently just bonkers on Ohio State. Ohio State started as a 6-point favorite, JJ. It's been bet down to 1.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how much money's coming in on them. Everybody is on Ohio State. Everybody. John Murray's a bookmaker at Westbrook. He said Texas just doesn't impress us. And Ohio State looks like a runaway freight train. It's everything you're saying. Caesars, it was 5.5. It's down to 1.5. It's kind of crazy the way that line's going. I just, how I feel about that. When everybody goes one way, I'm tempted, man. I'm really, really tempted to go the other way. But I don't know. All right, you get that tonight. You get it's a big weekend, man. You get the NFL over the weekend, and then you get Aggies and Miners tomorrow as well. Ken, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Ken.
Hello. I just wanted to take a moment just to kind of give clarity to Lobo fans and our community how special tomorrow is going to be. I think sometimes we might take it for granted. It's sometimes nice to stop for a second and kind of understand what we have in that building and the fan base that we have. Tomorrow, I would stack up Allen Fieldhouse, and this is not crazy talk. Allen Fieldhouse, I would do Rupp Arena, Cameron Indoor Arena at Duke. I would stack up what is going to take place tomorrow to any of those arenas in the country. And that's why they send the 8 team from CBS to do the game. But Lobo fans, it's because of us. The building is amazing, but if that building is empty, it doesn't mean anything.
It won't be.
But what you're going to witness and see tomorrow is going to be super, super special. And again, I will stack it up to any of those arenas in the country, and we could tomorrow be the best game up to this point in this country in terms of energy, in terms of the love that we have for our Lobos. So please, Lobo fans, just take a moment today to understand what we're going to witness tomorrow and enjoy, and hopefully, like myself, have a ticket and can enjoy that in person. Thanks, guys. That's all I got.
I think it's really cool. It's one of those reminders, and you and I say it all the time. Why do you like sports? Appreciate the good moments, or, appreciate the big things. It's one of those reminders what you have. Yeah, we go to the pit all the time, and do we take it for granted? And I got a really good perspective at the Nevada game last Friday night. My daughter goes to school at Michigan. There's nothing like football at Michigan, but she misses the pit, and she'll go to a basketball game. Now, what she loves up there is the hockey, but go to a Michigan basketball game. It's cool, but it's not the pit. And she's like, Dad, I want to get a pit game before I go back to Michigan. And she got a freaking pit game, didn't she, against Nevada? I think it's a great call because smell the roses. I tell people all the time when there's something special, take a moment, step away, and just breathe it in and look around and enjoy it. My daughter's first state championship cross country meet, when she said, Dad, this is so cool. They have like this big blow up thing at the finish line and JP Murrieta's here. That was her thing. I said, baby, just take a second and enjoy it and breathe in the state championships, the state tournament. I think that's a great reminder on this, don't you?
I do. I think with a lot of things in life, you're just looking to complain and be negative. Sports is right up that alley because more times than not, your season's going to end on a sour note. And so try to find the reasons why you want to be a sports fan, why you want to follow teams. And this is one of those moments.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you the pit is it is special. It is. And we get to go there all the time. And Ken's not wrong. Put it up there with Allen Fieldhouse and Rupp Arena. And I've been in Rupp Arena. You've all been to special places. This place deserves the ranking, the reputation that it's got, and go out and enjoy it. And boy, there's nothing like enjoying it with a win, right? Over a hated rival. It's going to be interesting, man. It's a really interesting game. San Diego State's playing well. After that Utah State game, I thought the win for them in Boise was a huge win for them last week, didn't you?
Of course. Anytime you can pick off one of the top 4 teams on the road and building that regular season resume for conference championship is huge.
505-246-0610. All right. What else you get tonight? What else more do you need tonight? Ohio State, Texas is what you need tonight. Again, reminder on these sports animals. So tomorrow over on News Radio KKOB, you get Lobo basketball against the Aztecs. That'll be at 10:30 pregame, 11 o'clock tip-off. Here on these sports animal, Texans and Chargers at 2, followed by the Steelers and Ravens. Sunday, you get the Broncos and Bills at 10:30 pregame. Then you get Lobo women's basketball, a huge one. JJ, you got a big, gigantic one. There's 2 teams left unbeaten in conference play in women's basketball. They will be on the court in the pit, UNLV and New Mexico. And then the night game you will get here on the Sports Animal, Commanders and Buccaneers. Thank you. We had a guest list today. Mike Beats, the new co-owner of the Gladiators. Amber Burge, the acting athletic director at New Mexico State. Jovan Milicevic, Lobo freshman, and Kenny Thomas all were with us today. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome Show follows that. 2 Men On's in at 4. And then we're back Monday morning with award-winning radio then. Adrian, terrific week. Thank you for everything. Big weekend for you, huh?
Huge.
Have a great call on Sunday. Enjoy it. Be good to each other. Please have a great, safe weekend. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing, and we will smell you on Monday.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mirror here. And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay. We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field. 505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space. And you can be part of it.
You make my heart better. Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the best.